la chambre, la réception, l'ascenseur, le restaurant, la sortie, les toilettes. Now a little memory game. I love games. And this one is pretty simple. You'll see that in a few moments the pictures and the words are going to be hidden. You need to come up with a French word either in your head or out loud, and then a few seconds later I will give you the answer. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti. La chambre, la sortie, l'ascenseur, le restaurant, les toilettes, la réception. Now the same game again, but without the English clues. Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti. L'ascenseur, le restaurant, la chambre, la sortie, les toilettes, la réception. Asking where things are in French is pretty easy. All you need is the word for where, où, and then we need to say where is, est, où est, and then we need to mention the thing that we're looking for. Où est le restaurant? Where is the restaurant? Où est la chambre? Where is the room? Où est la réception? Where is the reception, etc. Of course, we can ask where is, but we might want to use the plural form. Where are, où sont, où sont, les toilettes, les chambres. Because les toilettes is a plural word, we said the toilets, and in les chambres we are mentioning the rooms, not as in the first example, la chambre, which is a single room, and les chambres, which is several rooms. Now, I thought it would be time to mention that little word, le, la, les, because it's going to be useful for what we do next. What's highlighted in the green rectangle is in fact all the forms of the word the. Now, for those of you who are interested in grammar, and I'm one of them, the word the in English is what we call a definite article, as opposed to a or an, that is an indefinite article. To summarize, when you say the house, for example, it's more precise than when you say a house. That could be any house. So let's go back to the word the in French. So it's got different forms, and this is why. When you want to say the before a word that's masculine, we are going to say le. Before feminine words, we are going to say la. Before plural words, so more than one, as we saw, les chambres, les toilettes, we're going to say les. And now with words beginning with a vowel, A, E, I, O, U, or an H, because we know that we don't pronounce H's in French, it's going to be an L with an apostrophe, L. Why are there masculine, feminine words? I think it's something we owe to the Romans, because of course French is a Latin language. And when my students ask me, what do you do about masculine and feminine? How do you know if a word is masculine and feminine? In fact, it's practice. You'll know and you'll guess. There are little tricks that we might learn along the way, but on the whole, it's something that you'll get as you practice. So no panic, no worries. Now let's go back to what we were doing earlier. So we are asking where things are. So let's recap. Où est plus a singular word with le, la or l apostrophe, singular meaning only the one, or où sont with plural words, les toilettes, les chambres, etc. Now we need to ask for things, and of course we are very polite. So if you remember from previous lessons, the word or the sentence we need to ask when we say please is s'il vous plaît in the formal form, and this is what we're going to use. So I'll remind you, s'il vous plaît. What you're going to do next, I'm going to show you some questions that you can ask. I will give you 3 seconds to translate them with the help of what's on your screen, and then we'll check the answers. Okay? First one. Where is the restaurant, please? La réponse, où est le restaurant, s'il vous plaît? Where is the lift? The elevator, please. Où est l'ascenseur, s'il vous plaît? Where are the toilets, please? Où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît? Where is the exit, please? Où est la sortie, s'il vous plaît? Where are the rooms, please? Où sont les chambres, s'il vous plaît? On répète. L'hôtel. L'office de tourisme. La poste. Le musée. Les magasins. Le commissariat. Le parc. La gare. Encore une fois. L'hôtel. L'office de tourisme. La poste. Le musée. Les magasins. Le commissariat. Le parc. La gare. Une dernière fois. L'hôtel, l'office de tourisme, la poste, le musée, les magasins, le commissariat, le parc, la gare. To ask for directions, we already know où est and où sont. Here's another phrase that's very useful when asking for directions. Je cherche. Je cherche. I'm looking for. Therefore, we can say je cherche l'hôtel. I'm looking for the hotel. Je cherche l'office de tourisme. Je cherche la poste. Je cherche le musée, etc. Another useful phrase is pour aller. Pour aller à. Pour aller à. Literally translated, it means to go to a certain place, but you can translate it by what is the way to a certain place. Now this one might cause a little problem, and this is why you've got highlighted the words that we discussed earlier, the word for the. I need to explain how to use this phrase correctly. It's not too difficult, but it's a little rule that you need to know, and we're going to have a look at it now. We've got this word, à, that in the context of directions means to the hotel, to the post office, to the museum, etc. Now, this word is what we call a high frequency word, which means it occurs quite often in French, in fact, very often. And the annoying thing with it is that it morphs, it changes according to what comes next. So in the blue box, you've got highlighted the article, the word for the, and we've explained earlier why they are different. And of course, that difference is going to impact that little word à. And this is how. So, à plus le in French doesn't exist. We cannot say à le. What happens is the à and the le join together or morph together or fuse, if you like, to become au. So à le becomes au. With le, we've got exactly the same thing. À plus le becomes au. In sense the same, but there's an X there. So if there's a vowel following, you see that there's a little Z under the X, and that X will sound like a Z. So, for example, if you remember previous lessons, we looked at the United States, aux États-Unis. Finally, good news is that the other two, la and l apostrophe, do not change. We leave the a as it is. So this is it for the rule. Not too complicated, but we need to be careful when we have masculine words beginning with le, and then we've got words in the plural with le. So we've got this phrase, pour aller à, and there's another useful one that you could use to ask for directions, and it's this one. C'est loin? C'est loin? What it means, is it far? Is something far? So for example, you could ask if the hotel is far, and the way you would do it is l'hôtel c'est loin, or you can even put the place that you're looking for at the end and say c'est loin l'hôtel. Now if I do it with the shops, les magasins c'est loin, or c'est loin les magasins. So we've got this phrase, c'est loin, and the last one I'm going to give you, because you don't need millions of them, but this is always useful, this one. C'est près d'ici? C'est près d'ici means is somewhere I'm looking for near. For example, la poste, c'est près d'ici? Is the post office near? Ou c'est près d'ici? La poste. Again, in French, you often have the choice with word order. As I always say, listen out for the keywords. So these are all the phrases that we can use to ask for directions. Now, let's do a little bit of practice. For this task, you will have to imagine that you are in this situation, that you're lost. And if you are lost, what you would say is je suis perdu, je suis perdu. So that's the situation. If you are lost, you might want to attract someone's attention to ask for directions, and you might want to say pardon, or excusez-moi, or s'il vous plaît. It's likely that you're going to use the formal form, that's why we've got the vous form. And also you've got to remember who you're going to talk to. So you might need to know how to say monsieur, madame, or mademoiselle. Now the task. You will see a little character appearing, and a speech bubble with a script for you to translate into French. You will have 10 seconds to come up with your response. Either say it out loud or say it in your head, and after 10 seconds you will get the answer. So, you ready? Vous êtes prêts? C'est parti! The answer: Pardon madame, où est la gare s'il vous plaît? I forgot to tell you that, of course, you can choose which way you attract people's attention. I've given you my possible answer, but there are plenty of different variations. The important bit is the bit in yellow. So, to numéro 2 next. The answer: Excusez-moi, monsieur, je cherche la poste, s'il vous plaît. S'il vous plaît, mademoiselle, pour aller au musée. The answer: Pardon, monsieur, l'hôtel d'Orsay, c'est près d'ici? For the answer: Monsieur, s'il vous plaît, l'office de tourisme, c'est loin? Félicitations, you have completed lesson 7. Now next, try to memorize new vocabulary and practice asking for your way. For that, you might need the summary sheet, and it's available on my website. The details will be in the description for this video. Do not hesitate to download it because it's very useful for you to carry on practicing in between lessons. But for now, au revoir et à bientôt for lesson 8.